So, grab a partner. I'm not going to bother telling you where I came from or whatever. I wouldn't be here if I didn't know what I was doing. I'm a messenger. I'm not going to get on the mat with you and try to like throw you down and throw you on the ground and choke you. I'm a messenger of the sport. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to explain it to you and give it to you, and then you're going to use your 200-pound body, your 100-pound body, your 220-pound lean machine, fighting machine bodies, right? And you're going to use them to do what I tell you to do and how I explain it to you to do it, to get it in your brain, real simplified, and then you'll be able to do it, right? Good? All right, now, he cups the elbow. So he releases this and comes around this and cups the elbow. Now, if you don't cup the elbow, it'll end up looking like that, and then he'll just bend his arm, and then you're pushing, and then nothing happens, right? So now we cup the elbow like this. That's important. Then we push the elbow across his face. Then his head slides down all the way to the mat right away. Good? Now, he gets on his stomach, and he goes hip to hip with him. Why? Because he's really strong. And if you don't go hip to hip with him and you're still sitting up, he's just going to yank him over, right? At this point, he's going to have to move his 100-and-some-odd-pound body over his hips, and it's going to be way too complicated. Okay, so here's your options to this, right? Don't go to sleep. All right. Don't squeeze hard. Here's your options. We call this C-clamp. We C-clamp our wrist, so he C-clamps his wrist, this wrist, right? Pulls that whole arm under. Head is still down, right? And now we squeeze. We're looking for a tap. Good. All right? So that's a good piece. Or we do something called check the fever, which I like the most because the kids love to hear that. We do what we call check the fever, which is basically an anaconda piece. And then we go, oh, is he warm? Let's see. Oh, he checked the fever. All right? So we have check the fever or C-clamp pulling through. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. So we'll prop him up on his side, and we get this far. We're happy with that because we're controlling the hips. Now we're going to replace our hand with our foot, okay? And the way that you put it in is you don't just like stomp on it. You bring it up and in. So you bring it up and in, like this. Pull to triangle.
Triangle.
And in. All right, so real simple. This isn't hot stuff. You can do it. All right, watch again. It's just setting the prop up. I can finish it like this. This is a weapons-based piece, so I can finish like this and just push his head forward. But instead, I drop the leg down and pull it across. I hide my foot behind his body, so you can't get at it. And of course, I have a good figure 4 on. I put it on, and or I work the arm. All right, let's do that. So we do the same idea. We still prop him up. We still get him on his side, and we still do this. I'll move you over here a little bit. All right, we're like this. We do this, but we set a half beat now. We do a triangle with our own hands. So we were like this. We do a triangle with our own hands. We put the triangle on with our hands, which is shaving down the neck. There it is. And now I let the arm out. And I just pull my leg across like this. That way I'm way high on him now. Nice and tight like that. And then I put this in my armpit instead. All right. In reality, that's just right, just ripping that out. But that's set like that. All right. Watch again. So you're like this. I'm going to push off this leg, get back as far as I can, and then I'm going to push on his head and pull off at the same time. So that's just ripping him apart. Okay? That's a lot. The PCS-5 system is a weapons-based system. So think of a weapon. So think of this being a knife. And I propped them up, and that knife's still involved. Like, uh-oh, that's not good. That's my wristband, but not a knife. So look, the blade's right there. I get worried. The blade's still there. Still worried the blade's still there. I let the blade out. I still control the blade. This is doing this. I'm still controlling the blade, but I'm going to push his head and break everything apart. Hopefully that blade will come out. Right? We get him in a prop-up position, and he's propped up. And he's flexible enough. I take my hand, I replace it with my other hand. I do this. I let his arm out. I just let his arm out. I put both hands together, and then normally I would just crush down and end this. I don't want to do that. I want to get behind him. To me, this is good. So now I don't put him on top of me. Like right now, my knees are in his back supporting him. I take my knees out. I put him in a half sit-up position, and I lean forward. And that he can't tap to me. Okay, so that's that. For you guys, there's a keyhole right here. You can't see it because it's on this side. But anyway, I go into the, he can't stop this. I go into the keyhole, And I set my rear choke the same way, where I lean him forward, and I lean forward. And it crushes him forward with my chest. All right, so one more time. You replace your hand with your hand. This does this does that. You're striking, Come on, ref. Come on, ref. Right? So he's still starting to fight with you. You see that hold? Come get it. Pick him up, get him on his back, get him in a half sit-up position and lean forward. He can't tap. Look for this keyhole. It's right here. You can't stop it. You can't beat me. His hand's stuck. I do this. I come inside. I do a neck piece, and I crush forward. Okay? Mm-hmm. I would love to just pick him up. I think you could stand up if I got up with you. I'd like to just stand up. Wouldn't it be awesome, right?
It's P90 Jeff.
This is just in the fantasy world of MMA, right? Wouldn't it be awesome to kind of get him on his side, pick him up, and then stand him up like this, say, come on, get up. He can't get out. And then bring him over to his corner and be like, he's tapping. All right, let's do that. Don't pick him up like that, but let's talk about when I get here. I get here, and I'm in my own way. I'm pulling him on me. He's not going to tap to that. Look, nothing's happening. I get back and get away. It's like taking a stick and putting it under his neck and then leaning him on the neck, pushing with my chest, right? So I'm pulling him into it like this. Okay, now, if you don't have the access to this hand, this one, put it behind your neck and then look up. It's the same idea, okay? It's pulling. It gives you time to do something with this hand. And that could mean just going to armbar. You know, for like you guys, you just go to armbar. Do this, and then you scoop under. You scoop under, go to armbar. You know, so it depends on where you need to go, but this gives you a minute of a half beat. That's a half beat in my mind. And it catches that head, right? But he's still leaning, and he's still doing this. And that's dangerous, you know? So you can have that in your piece, all right? Kimura says that we go like this. And this is Kimura. A good Kimura piece says that we're not fighting the shoulder, because if you fight the shoulder, it doesn't work. I'm like this. Next piece is that first piece we're fighting the elbow. Second piece is that we have a nice piece here where I'm controlling the hips with my knee and my elbow, and I pull the whole piece up first, then I flex, and then I bring it up. That does that. But we're not doing that tonight. This is Kimura. We're going to do Kimura regrab. This pulls in, this holds and catches, and then we ask him to open his arm, which he can't do. If he could do it, this is taking his power away. This is important to take the power away. If I let that out a little bit, he's really strong. Got to open that. He's out. Got to really push that out. Got to push, yeah. Right? So now I take the power away. I got good Kimura working, but he's fighting with me. So I take the whole power away, and then I go like this, and I put my elbow in front of it. Now I say open it. That ain't opening. Now I get out of my own way, and I go like this. He sits up. He has to, otherwise his arm will break. I sit him up, I catch him like this, and then he pulls my arm off, which they always do, the other arm. He goes to pull my arm off. That always happens. So I collect it, and I put him in it. And that's it. It's the